Why would you do that? Why? Oh, smokestack lightning, shining just like gold. Lord and Jimmy crying. Oh, oh, oh. What's up, everybody? What's silly? It's a hat. It's always a hat. How's it going, everybody? It's good in the neighborhood. Ooh. That's not a Mopar. That's a Chevrolet. Hello and welcome to the Dead Dodge Garage Sunday streaming extravaganza. This is it. You're here. You made it. Put on a shirt, man. All right, go away then. Jeez. Yeah, anyway, how's everybody doing? What's good in the hood? 52 of you out there, you should hit the like button because it does stuff for the things. I didn't actually set anything correctly. And this light bulb is still dying. So sometimes the light flashes. Get used to it. I got to pour my big drink. And I think it's courtesy of this guy, Flaco the Skinny Kid, who says, thanks for the powered by Salacious Cider. Tonight's episode is indeed powered by Salacious Sipping Cider. And if you see that there, that says 15% alcohol. So basically, I'm going to die. But I haven't opened it yet. This was sent in by a subscriber, fan and friend of the show. So thank you very much for that. Yep, smells like apples. I've been advised to drink it on the rocks, so that's what I'm doing. That's way too much. I'm going to die. Man, I'm going to get a few drinks out of this. This is awesome. Anyway, thank you much. Thank you very much, Eric, for sending this my way. I will definitely drink and enjoy. Tasty. Yeah. Apple juice mixed with whiskey. Wow. It's stout. I'll tell you that. So thanks again. All right, let's get to some comments and stuff. As you may have noticed, it's just me, and I'm back in the studio. Everything's back to normal. We got to at least do one normal show. Everything's been crazy for the last, pretty much since I went to Chicago. Everything has just been nuts. I'm, even busier than usual. My head's just spinning, and I don't know what's going on. Dear Lord. That's serious business, man. Don't chug that. If I turn into a blithering idiot, that's why. I started out a blithering idiot, let's be honest. How's it going, Rich? Old Stuff Rules is here and says, hey, Jamie, howdy from Tennessee. How's it going there? Oh. says Jimmy Baps. Nobody move. Rooster dropped his brain. I also hate when that happens. Tony Sears with us again. Greetings and salutations from South Dakota. What's up, Tony? How is it going? Donnie made it, and Stacy has arrived. Wait a minute. That car is not that color anymore? This is weird. Everything's all... There we go. All right. Do that. No, it's a different one now. I'm going to go ahead and guess that anybody in the... It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. I'm going to go ahead and guess that everybody in here probably saw yesterday's video in which Donnie and I painted the garbage can Cuda. It is now white for two reasons. One, I thought it was a good idea. And two, I have a vision. And that vision is a classic styled, lettered, stickered drag car that does wheelies. We'll see. But yeah, it's white now. Super awesome. You guys saw Donnie on the live last week. That's what that was about. He flew all the way out here to paint my car and then flew home. Great vacation for sure. And if you haven't checked it out, I bet most of you guys have, but I'll say it anyway. Donnie did a video on his channel on his trip and I'm painting the car. And you should check it out. And if you somehow haven't subscribed to him yet, you should do that. I think so far he's gained like 100 something subscribers off of this whole ordeal. So, maybe it was worth his trouble. It was really awesome having him here though. It's definitely past Donnie's bedtime, but he'll be here the whole show. Anyway, howdy Dan, what is up? Yes, we are back in the studio. What's up, Glenn? How's it going? Excuse me. Again, that is Salacious Cider. Salacious Cider Company. Handcrafted in Muncie Valley, I believe. Philadelphia, USA. Woo! Howdy, Lovejoy. How's it going? What's new in your world? Free van. Free van. We had another one. Donnie, what was it? I don't remember. Free vet. Free vet. That was it. John Ionette is here again. Good evening, Jamie. I hit the like button. Thank you, John. I didn't even have to tell you to do that. Leslie Mopar here as well and says, hope everyone is doing great this evening. We are. We went to the beach. What's up? You want to say hi louder?
Hello.
That wasn't louder.
Hello!
Jesus Christ.
What? You said to make it louder.
Well, you did that. Yeah. What silly one are we taking? Is it a hat? I bet it's a hat. It's always a hat. This was the silly one we took last night. Hold on. Where's the silly one? Where
is that one where me and AJ are dead?
Where did it go? What? It's not in here. That's weird. Were you deleting pictures?
No. I was editing pictures.
You were editing pictures? Well, what the hell? Okay, well, it's gone forever, I guess. Sheesh. Anyway, the kids took a selfie. Oh, wait. It was Colin. Uncle took the picture. What pictures?
Show the picture when me and AJ are dead.
Were you dead? Which one is that? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We had our annual family pumpkin dinner outing thing with our friends that come down from Issaquah. And yeah, we took AJ with Ava's very best friend in the whole world, and they were playing dead at dinner and filming YouTube shorts in the bathroom.
Yeah. We were just doing one little single dance.
Just one little dance, yeah. Anyway, let's do a silly one. John Donati. Good evening, Jamie. Good evening, John. How you doing? Mopar Jojo. Sup? An old body man taught me in 76, if you want to hide sins, paint it white. That wasn't the idea, but a helpful byproduct. Jimmy Baps says, good evening. Good evening, Jimmy Baps. How's it going there? Brent Forte, the wedding dress Cuda. I can't believe she's wearing white. Not a wedding dress. Not even like torn prom dress, really. Say goodbye to your liver. Bye, liver. It's been good knowing you. It's the hardest working liver in the galaxy. Now there's a hole in it. Anywho, drink and enjoy. Don't mind if I do. Thanks again. David Dodson says, good evening from beautiful downtown La Pine, Oregon. Good evening, David. I haven't seen beautiful downtown La Pine, Oregon. I saw one guy's house on a gravel road and a gas station, but that was nice. Frankly speaking says, if you frankly speak, yeah, nice. Nice. If you live in Oregon, I'd like to know where. I'm in Salem. I'd like to come and visit you. I might even drive my 68 Plymouth Satellite. Nice. I'm actually in Aberdeen, Washington. We're about 5-6 hours from Salem. Bit of a drive. Glenn Uromi did see the paint video and said, enjoyed the Barracuda paint video a lot. Yes, thank you. I certainly enjoyed it. It's not an amazing paint job, but it was fun. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm fine with this. DeCourtney Reed is here and says 72 Dodge Charger SE for $6,000. Well, if it's not a total rusty pile and it's like a whole car, that sounded pretty good. I guess. Quietly, and don't knock the black thing down. It's just like barely hanging on there with magic. Hi, Amy. How's it going? You're back home. What? No, it's not being plugged in. We got to do a live stream here. Oh, and then DeCourtney Reed also said, you're not plugging it in during live stream time, but you can play it unplugged. DeCourtney Reed says, got a motor, not running, needs a little TLC. Yeah, I mean, sounds pretty good. I'd like to get one of those. It doesn't have to be an SE either, but that one's cool. Busy End is here and says, howdy from Lewiston, Maine. Thanks for being here. Howdy from Aberdeen, Washington. Dan Tupper says, cooled off enough in Western Washington to finally dig out pants. I hate the end of short season. Man, I don't wear shorts at all. Wow, you put on a shirt. Okay, hi. Duck fell off. Okay, bye. Jesus. Barry Bates says, started watching you a couple of weeks ago. Really enjoy your channel and your humor. Also, I have pretty much the exact B7 71 344 speed Cuda you worked on. Love it. Nice. Awesome. I really liked that car, especially the, the stripe delete, no top, just plain in B7. Beautiful. 344 speed A body. That was 2-in-1. I personally think 344 speed is the sweet spot for an E-body. Yeah, Hemis are cool. Big blocks are great, but I love the 344 speed. I just took my Demon original 344 speed car out today because the weather was all nice. Freezing cold, but all nice. And yeah, it's awesome. I just love that thing. Rooster says I'm building Hemi under glass. No, it's not a wheel stander. I just want paper slippers. That's all I want, I think RPM, careful arrangement of weight and traction, and it's going to happen. But we'll see. John Donati says temps in mid-80s today. Forecast in 40s Tuesday in Virginia. Wow. Yeah, it's now freezing or colder in the morning here, which, man, that happened fast. It was a pretty nice summer this year, actually. It was a lot longer than usual, but often it's just rainy. And then actual summer comes in like the middle of September and then ends in the middle of October. And something pretty close to that happened. I mean, it was like 70. Was that last week or has that been 2 weeks now? I'm not sure, but it was quite nice. And now it is freezing, but it has been beautiful. It's going to be beautiful again tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to try and get the boat out. Don't know if that's going to happen. It's going to be the last chance this year, I think. No Beret is here. Greetings and yes, 90 of you out there. Thanks for joining me here. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to drop them and I will get to them. And if you haven't hit like on the stream and you like the stream, you should do that. Rip my sister's eardrums. Yeah, well, You weren't here in person. Glenn Uromi says, had our first snow here over the weekend. Pretty depressing. Yeah, man. We won't have snow here for quite a while, but everything is cold and crunchy in the morning. So that's great. Nobere says, shared on Mastodon and Twitter. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Stage Zero Jason is here and says, what will you and Ava be dressing up as for trick or treat? Ava is dressing up as a devil. We did the downtown trick or treat this weekend. I dressed up as myself. I don't dress up usually. Brett Hollingsworth is here and says, hey, sup? Brett Hollingsworth, I recognize that name from comments this week. So thank you for that. Sucks Puget Sound is so far. Yes, it does. Why white? Let me see if I can just find it real fast. Excuse me. Basically, my genius plan is a period 70s drag car. So the car is called the Garbage Can Cuda. Even with the shiny paint job, it's still garbage. So basically, I'm using the white as a blank canvas. I'm going to letter it Garbage Can Cuda on the door. Ideally, heavy flake 70s style. I thought about panel paint, but I feel like the panels of the Barracuda don't quite lend themselves to that. Maybe they do, but that's not my style anyway. That's reason one. So I just want that blank canvas so I can letter the car, pinstripe the car, and sticker it. And it'll just be straight out of the 70s, Two, when we started chipping that horrible black textured paint off with razor blades last year, it revealed a white paint job. And I really liked it in white. I thought, man, that looks pretty cool. Then I just totally randomly looking for car haulers, right? Because I want to build a car hauler. That's something that's been in my plan for a long time. So I want to do that. And I randomly found a car hauler with a Barracuda gasser. And that car looked like this. And as soon as I saw that, I got really excited. So the thing is, I don't want to do a straight axle on this car yet, but someday I might. And I'm not going to radius the quarters yet, but someday I might, and they're garbage anyway. I also want to get a spare hood. In fact, I may order a glass hood before I put dual carburetors on, sticking through the hood like this car. I don't know that I'm going to do the old school canister up front either, but I do think I'm going to delete the bumper because it looks really cool that way. So yeah, that was kind of my inspiration. That car is called Leggin' It. It's neat. I mean, it's tilt front. Again, just straight up period gasser. It's really cool. So I'm not copying that car. I'm not building mine exactly like that car, but that it just speaks to me. I love the look. I love everything about it. And so that is my main inspiration. So that is kind of why white, those three reasons. Added side benefit. Look at it. It's magnificent. Added side benefit, white hides everything. But again, that wasn't the reason. That was not the reason. Lovejoy says, not much is up. Just trying to do all the things in none of the time. Yeah, you're on my program. Spent the last 2 days insulating all my pipes. Yay! I just got up and pumped all the rainwater out of the boat for the first time in a month. Not good. The water level was just about up to the engine. Brett Hollingsworth said, oh, hey, from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Nice. I've been through there a couple times. I've got a friend that lived down there for quite a while too, but he's back in Seattle now. This is going to kill me. Did I say, oh, sorry, hold on. Oren Cahoon is here again. It says, good evening from Rhode Island. Now you have to do something with the garbage can. Yes, I kind of just detailed my plan. Screaming high RPM small block, 4-speed, 48 gears in an 8 3/4. Weight transfer and little tiny wheelies. That is my plan. That is what I'm hoping to accomplish. I've seen pictures of my 340 Demon doing paper slippers or better in 1973. So I'm pretty sure a lightened Barracuda with a screaming high RPM small block can do it in 2023. I'm thinking, what's that? Sea gas, small inch gas. Sega, Southeastern Gasser Association. I'm kind of thinking something legal for their kind of racing. It's period correct, 4-speed. Yeah. I'm building a car that would fit right in there. I don't know that I'll ever make it to one of their events because that's very far away. But I just love what they're doing. I love the style of the cars that are built for that racing series, and yeah, it's awesome. So that's my vision. That is what I am doing with it. Now, it does still have to be streetable. It'll still have lights. Um, it'll be street legal, but barely. Yeah, that is my plan. Oh man, I screwed up. So Helen Day from Salacious Cider Company, Muncie Valley, Pennsylvania. Did I really say Philadelphia? I apologize for being dumb. In my defense, there's a P and an A in both of those. Anyway, thank you for correcting the record. I'm super bad at everything. That is, again, Salacious. Sipping cider from Salacious Cider Company in Muncie Valley, Pennsylvania, the state, not Philadelphia, the city. Super good at everything. Mark is here and says, hello from Cogan Station, PA. Rad. How's it going, Mark? Hello from Aberdeen, Washington. Tulsa's here as well and says, how's your charger doing? Good. I just had it out when the Harvilles were here visiting. It's fine. It needs very little. It needs a radiator. It needs a radiator that will hold coolant in. I just kind of keep it topped up, and it's currently depressurized, and it's doing fine. I'm able to drive it up to rocket when the weather allows. I haven't done that in... I did it once after I got back from Chicago, yeah, because we had to line up all of the chargers. In fact, maybe I did it twice. I don't know. Anyway, it's in the garage. It's doing fine. It's just sitting there rusting in peace. It's currently underneath the garbage can cooler. The garbage can cooler is up on the lift. It had to be inside so the clear coat could cure. It does seem to actually be dry now. It took a couple days. I still want to keep it inside. I still need to do some work on the clear coat. I want to actually work on the car. Unfortunately, I'm taking delivery of another project tomorrow. And so inside storage space is definitely going to be at a premium for a while. The project coming in, exciting. I've talked about it before, but basically stroker small block, Magnum based, 5-speed TKX, Dana 60, custom fabricated Dana 60 for an A body. 4-wheel disc brakes, handling parts. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be insane. Anyway, that's coming in tomorrow. I'm not going to get started on it yet, but it's going to be here finally. There is a ginormous mountain of parts in my shop. It's quite something. So yeah, anyway, Charger's doing fine. It's under a Barracuda right now. Amy Harville says, I miss Aberdeen. I really enjoyed the little city. I could live there. Well, feel free to visit whenever. And let me know when you're moving. David Bisnet wants to know, are you going to give any particulars on your 273 build tonight? Sure. Yeah, I can do that. So I've been talking with Dan Tepper, often in the comments, maybe always in the comments and always in the live stream here, about doing Magnum heads. So that would basically be a 273 Magnum, which doesn't exist. Now, Dan has the technology to drill the Magnum head for the LA intake bolt pattern, which is great because I have a dual quad low rise manifold and I have an Edelbrock TR5 dual quad tunnel ram. And I want to test both of those on this 273. I think we all know that the tunnel ram is too much, but I want to do it anyway. Careful carburetor selection. I think it could work. So that is kind of the plan. Now, I haven't linked up with Dan just yet. And I do have a plan B. I have a set of the 302 casting heads from the 80s. Those are from a roller cam engine. They're not too far off of a Magnum head, honestly, although the chamber's not as good and the ports aren't as good. But they're not too bad. They need enlarging to make the high RPM horsepower, but I have them and they were very affordable. I would do a basic 3-angle valve job. I would probably be running the standard 360 valves. I'm not going to run 202s. That's ridiculous. But I think 198s. Those heads usually have little guys. What are they? 188s? I don't know. We talked about 360 valve sizes before. I'm not very good with numbers sometimes. But anyway, yeah. So I would probably do bigger valves and large supports to the 360 size, or at least something like that. Basic port job, block off the heat crossover, springs, obviously. I want to do roller cam, roller rockers. I want as little, parasitic loss, as little loss from friction as is possible. The whole point of this is the tiny bore, the tiny ring, less drag. So it has potential for high RPM. Those little motors love to spin. 283 Chevys can do super awesome things. So I feel like the 273 Mopar should be able to as well. It's obviously limited by the inches. It's not a very big engine, but I am hoping that I will be able to spin that engine to 7,500 RPM. That is my goal. I want to see what I can do with that little 273. So I want to put the beefiest parts in it that I can, bring the compression up. It's going to be an aggressive roller cam conversion for sure. I haven't quite gotten to speccing that out. I'm not there yet. I'm not there, but that's my plan. Closed chamber head, high compression piston, 10.5 or 11-to-1, probably no higher than that. Because I run premium fuel. I've got to be able to run on premium fuel. Yeah, that's the goal. The car has fender well headers, 3-inch exhaust, side dump. It's got 3-inch cherry bombs on it. I will be putting cutouts on and kind of reworking the exhaust, but I still want to keep the side exit tips because I just think that's cool. I'm not going to do actual side pipes. We don't need to be that styling. But yeah, fender wells, ridiculous roller cam, roller rockers, either the Magnum head or the 302 closed chamber, and all the compression, all the cam. It's going to be ridiculous. Rooster says, I need the tunnel ram to get that RPM from the 273, and he may well be right. And again, I think that's where I want to go. I do have a dual quad low-rise manifold. It won't work as well. I'm curious to see what it will do. It'll look cool, and it'll fit under the hood. Johnny just painted the hood, so I'd hate to cut a hole in it. And again, I am thinking glass hood in the future. I'm going to keep the steel bumper in the back. And again, I maybe even be doing weights. Lightning in the front end more than has already been done. I don't think we're going to run a front bumper at all. I just want to get that weight transfer right. Probably going to run a drilled shock. I might run a 9010, but I'm cheap, so it's probably going to be a drilled shock. No sway bar, slant 6 bars cranked up. Yeah, that's the plan. Down the line, someday, a straight axle might be in the program, but for now, stock suspension. Just try and get the weight transfer, get it to droop, and do the cool stuff. So, yeah. Tim 70 Roadrunner is here. What's up, Tim? How's it going? Yep, that's a 70 Roadrunner. Very cool. I was supposed to put out a video today on a 70 Roadrunner, the 6-barrel car that I've done a couple videos on. Unfortunately, there was a lot going on, and I made chicken fried steak. I kind of screwed it up, to be honest with you. It was still tasty, but then I had to go sell a transmission, and we went to the beach, and there was no time to finish today's video. So that'll come out next week. I've got 2 videos in the bank already. I've got 7 more to finish, and apparently a really cool revival project is coming into Rocket on Tuesday. So very much looking forward to that. Can you say factory original paint, factory big block, roofless Chrysler vehicle from the 70s? The people are going to love it. Anyway, that's what's up. A cardiac, I don't remember, is here with us and says, what's your opinion on Wilwood master cylinders? Yeah, they're fine. They're nice enough. I usually just run factory or even the later factory 2 bolts with an adapter. Those work fine. Wilwood's good stuff, but I'm always low buck. Like the factory piece works fine. So I have never, not once, spent the money to buy a Wilwood one. But I've had some experience with them on cars, and they're fine. You know, they're good. Willwood brakes are very nice. It's just money, you know. I just don't like spending money. Stacy says the guy selling that Valiant I sent you corrected his ad and put 66. Yeah, I thought it was a 66. I'm still tempted. It's very tempting. It looks pretty cool. Someone in the comments on my Barracuda video said they thought the 66 Valiant in Canada was a Plymouth body with a Dodge front end, but I think the 66 Valiant is just a Dodge. I think, no, stop it. Stop it. I think the whole body is Dart. Valiant Canada. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a whole Dart body. That's what I thought. Because someone was saying, wait, didn't they sell those in Canada like that with the Dodge front end? No, they didn't do that with the Barracuda. They never did. They sold Darts as Valiants in those years. In fact, 66 may be the last year for that. I can't remember. But yeah. Yeah. Flaco the Skinny Kid says, so compare 68 Super B to Charger. I know you like the Charger, but I'm a Super B guy. That will kill me. I like Super Bs a lot. I really do. The stripper nature of that car, same as a Roadrunner, you know, the budget muscle car. There is a lot to be said for that. I think it's really neat, but crap. I had something I wanted to show you guys and I left it in the kitchen. It's a little Charger. To me, the Charger is the one, and here's why. The lines on that Charger, man, they just ripped off Pontiac and the Corvette perfectly. I just love the look of the Charger. There are things kind of like it, but it just really came together on that car. I mean, there's not a bad line. The shape of it is amazing. It just, when I saw that car for the first time, it grabbed me. You know, it just spoke to me, and that's my guy. The Super B is great too. And the lines are similar. It just doesn't have that same aggressive attitude, you know. It doesn't quite have the same chunkiness to it, you know. But yeah, the Super B is really good too. I like that shape a lot. Of course, they're very similar to the Plymouths of those years, the Roadrunner, etc., Satellite. And I love those too. I think they're really good looking cars. And I think 68 was like the high water mark in general for Chrysler cars. They're all great. I think they're really, really attractive. Interestingly enough, I actually really like the 70 Super B and Coronet too. But 68 to me is the one I like on the Super B, the little indents. I like the crisp line on the quarter panel. I like the lines on the hood. You know, there is a lot on that car to like too. And of course, mechanically, they're the same car. So pick your poison, you know. That's why they made both. The Charger is more ostentatious. The Super B is more restrained, simple, you know, cheap fun. So yeah. Again, both good. The 68 Super B came with a Rally Dash too, right? The Roadrunner did it, but I think the Super B did standard, which is also neat. Stripped down brawler. Very cool. But I'll take the Charger. I don't know why. I just love it. David Dodson says, I watched your voltage regulator video. Use that to fix my amp meter overcharging problem. Nice. Awesome. Glad you got it. Howdy, Jaybird. How's it going? I was under the hood of your car again the other day. Everything's been all insane, like I was talking about a bit ago, in regular life and at Rocket, but we're finally getting back to things. And we were just talking about our next steps with that. So looking forward to getting back to it. One look under the hood, and I remembered how horrible the engine harness is. And I advised Tom to go ahead and order one. So yeah, can't wait to do that. He said we might even be rebuilding the engine or something. So that sounds like a party. Of course, I'm the resident engine rebuilding guy. So that would be a me problem, and it would probably be a video. And Rooster says Willwood stuff is amazing. Yeah, again, you know, I've had nothing but good experiences with their stuff. I take that back. One Willwood caliper fell apart on me once, but that was more the installer's fault. but yeah, it's great parts, just, I like cheap. Make mine cheap, and factory parts are cheap. Donnie says, I need to get my Seattle dog fixed. Me too, man. We walked by Dean Dogs yesterday and I was starving and I almost just had to walk in and do it. I need to visit that place more. If you guys don't know, Seattle dog, try cream cheese on a hot dog if you've never done it. It's really good. And you're also supposed to have grilled onions. And I think jalapenos are optional as well. The Seattle dog or the Capitol Hill dog. The first one I ever had was from a little hot dog mobile stand thing on Capitol Hill, Seattle. And it was incredible. Dare I say life-changing. Very, very good. So, yeah. Great, Donnie. Now I'm starving. Anyway, Donnie says, can't wait to see more videos on the 66 Barracuda. I have to paint a 66 Mustang very soon, like within the next few videos. Awesome. Well, I'm sure that'll go better than the Barracuda. You guys saw the video. It is what it is. It is not perfect. It's fine. We weren't expecting perfect. We had a hell of a time. Man, just so cool for Donnie to fly out here and do that. Like, what the hell? I wouldn't do that for somebody. I might do it for Donnie now because I owe him one. But man, it was a good time. Again, we knew it wasn't going to be perfect or amazing or, whatever. It's just going to be what it is. Oh, Donnie says, sorry, I'm an ass Haddington. It's fine. But yeah, anyway, super cool. I'm happy with it. Again, the plan is drag car, so it doesn't need to be perfect anyway. It looks fantastic on camera, and that is really all we need. Good times. But yeah, more videos will be coming. I'm done honing the 273 for the Valiant. I need to get that one together. And then I will start on the high performance one. I still need to gather some parts. I need to actually go get those pistons. The guy said he had some, but we need to make that happen. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to making more progress on it. Again, it's just hugely inspiring having it painted like that. Like, it's been rotting in my yard for the last year. And before that, with the exception of running briefly on 7 cylinders, it's been rotting at the other shop. It's been basically off the road 2.5 years. Other than a very brief period, Jordan was driving it on 7 cylinders. We removed a breather, and there was one rocker arm that just didn't move anymore. So that's the engine that's in the Demon now, funny enough. And it was destined to go back in the Barracuda, but I kind of changed, plans on that. I really want to do the small inch 273. I just want to see what I can do, A big inch engine would automatically have a leg up. Automatically, there's no question of that. But I want to see what I can do with the 273. So yeah, that will be coming. I'm very much looking forward to it. I need to rebuild the transmission too. I need to get synchros and stuff. So David Dodson says, strange thing happened to the 70 Power Wagon today. I was turning it lock to lock while static. Heard a pop in the front end. Now it wanders all over the road. 70 Power Wagon. Do you have power steering? They have a power steering assist drag link, and it has a little valve in it. That could have kind of popped apart. I think. No, yeah, they have a hydraulic assist ram, no steering stabilizer. You could have popped. The kingpins are often worn, but I don't know that they just pop apart like that. You broke something. Jack it up and check wheels and steering, and check for play in your steering wheel. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Something bad. There aren't too many options. I mean, they're a really simple front end. It's a drag push-pull system like a Chevy with a drag link. If it's power steering, it's got the little valve thing built into it like a Ford. Funny enough. But there's not a whole lot to it. Just real quick, because I saw your question when I scrolled down. Tim, 70 Roadrunner, do you think an ABS2 650 CFM is enough carb for a mild 383 4-barrel? Yes, I do. Just for some street and light strip driving? Absolutely. 650, you're going to be just fine. Mild 440 or performance 383, it'll be just fine. You don't need to go to the 800. It wouldn't use that except at very high RPM, and you're just not going to be there. You know, it'll do great. Tony Sears says, oh, had our first snowfall here in South Dakota yesterday. Man, it's cold in here. I'm now to the part of the year where I need to turn the heater on to do this. Rooster says, do what I tell you on the rear end of the CUDA and you will be wheels up. Well, I have some ideas. Move all the clamps to the front of the leafs. I know that. I'm going to be running a snubber. I'm going to do a reinforcement plate. It doesn't have one. I'm really afraid I'm going to pretzel that car, so I'm probably going to do subframe connectors. And then, I'm assuming tunable shocks will probably be the best way to go. There's not a whole lot of wheel well back there, not a whole lot of room for tire. But yeah, you tell me your thoughts. I know you've kind of been there and done that, and I will be eager to hear your input. Awesome duckness. Duck. Nice. Good stuff. How's it going, Dave? My sister says, oh, I had my earbuds cranked up so I could hear over the sewing machine. Whoopsies. Yeah, Halloween costume. Are you that guy from YouTube? Avon is here quite some time ago. How's it going, Avon? Sorry, I read ahead in the comments. What's up? What is new in your world? Yeah, 25 minutes. Nice. Oh, yeah. Rooster says, trash can. It's upgraded. No, it's still the garbage can. It's the garbage can because it is put together with parts out of a garbage can. It was an insult that my brother sent my way. You just like building cars out of the garbage can like Uncle Tony. And we just threw it together. When all the parts got stolen off it, we went up in the attic, rifling through, made a set of spark plug wires out of garbage, crappy carburetor out of my collection that barely worked. Didn't work at all, in fact, at first. It's junk. It was junk when I got it. It's junk now that it's painted. It will always be junk. You know, that's what it is. Yes, it's upgraded a notch, but you know, that's what the car is. That's its name. That's its name on YouTube. All the videos are Garbage Can CUDA. So yeah, I can't change it, and that's just what it is. Just like Dale's Demon, you know, that was named long before I bought it, long before YouTube. It's just we called it Dale's Demon because that's what it is, what it was. So Garbage Can CUDA. I don't care. Even if it had a nice paint job, it's the Garbage Can CUDA. Oh, Ross has a good one on that Power Wagon. Steering box mount bolts or plate. Now, 70, that's swept line. Do they use the relocating plate like the 70s trucks? Because I'm not sure. I guess they must. I have one out here, but my 64, but I haven't looked very close at it, frankly. So I don't know. The later trucks are indeed mounted on a plate off of the frame. It also could have cracked the frame there. You know, that's a very real possibility. So check that. Yeah, gearbox falling off the frame, you know, in any way would be bad. Oh, yes. My sister has dressed up as me for Halloween more than once. Interesting. Dan says it's not garbage can't. It's garbage can. I like it. Oh, awesome. Mark says, my 3-year-old grandson and I watch all your videos. Enjoy the time watching them with them. Great. Thank you for that very much. You're raising the next generation of hot rodder. You know, I'm hoping that I can have a similar effect. My daughter's not a car girl, which is okay. Really good chance that if they're grown up and stewed in this stuff, either they're going to love it or absolutely hate it. If she wants to come out in the garage someday, that's great. But she does sometimes watch my videos, I think just because they're my videos. But yeah, very cool. I love it. And as you may have noticed, I don't swear in my videos just so, that sort of thing is possible. So that's the only difference between real life Jamie and video Jamie is the amount of swearing. So thank you very much, Mark. Flaco says, love the Garbage Can CUDA theme. Yep. Oh, and Donnie messaged me and said, dang it, I still need to send you waste management decals. Yeah. that may allegedly be going on the car. And also, I don't know if I'm going to do driver name or not. Yeah, I might. I haven't decided yet for sure on that. I kind of like that. It's not that I need to put my name on everything. I want to letter it Dead Dodge Garage somewhere, or at least Dead Dodge Garage decal. Donnie needs to send me Big Ranch Tech decals as well. But yeah, it's going to be stickered mostly with period drag stickers, aside from the ones I just mentioned. But somewhere on it, it's going to say the things we do for subs, and that'll also be in the old school, script lettering. So yeah, I like it. It's my vision. I'm really looking forward to it. Dale's Demon is an awesome car, and I love taking it to the drag strip. But the Barracuda is going to be that car for me. I don't want to beat on Dale's Demon. I'd love to take it out and run it occasionally, but that's not going to be my dedicated drag car. The Cuda will be, and I'm not afraid to break it, and I'm not afraid to change engines. I'm not afraid to, cut the car in places if that's what it takes. So yeah, that's what's happening. Frankly Speaking says, I have a question for you about VIN numbers. Hope you have an answer. Well, I don't know. My VIN is 100106. I'm thinking that may be a very low production number as far as manufacturer goes. Can you help? I literally have no idea, but you can probably look it up. For any given line, any given year, there are a series of numbers. Any given manufacturer, there are going to be a series of numbers that they use. That kind of information is out there. I don't know if they started at 100000. If they did, then yeah, your number's low. But what does that really give you, unless it's a rare model or a special order or something like that? It doesn't really matter how low your production number is. Early cars can be funky, but again, I don't know. I don't know what car you're talking about. I can't even tell you that for a Mopar. So I just don't know. Maybe, but I would look up the model that you have, the model year, and VIN numbers, and you should be able to find that kind of information. Rooster says, oh, did I mention it's friggin' cold here? It's 22 degrees. Why? Oh, I'm cold enough here at like 43 or whatever it is now. It got dark and it's coming down. It's clear here. Of course, when it's clear here, it's much colder. Usually we have the clouds to keep some of the heat in. W. Barney says, thanks, Jamie. Thank you, W. Barney. You comment on all my videos and say thanks. You are very, very welcome. Very much. Whatever. Cheers. Brett Hollingsworth says, started watching because I just found a 77 W200 Power Wagon. I'm learning a lot from your videos. Engine is 400 with 2-barrel. Very cool. Awesome. Thanks for watching. I had a 78 W200 single cab long bed, 400 automatic, and that was a really cool truck. I liked it a lot. It was full-time 4. I prefer the part-time, but it is what it is. I never really got to do much wheeling with that. It was a winter driver for me for a while. And man, I loved it. I just kept it as a spare truck for a while when I got my first Cummins. Eventually, now my daughter must have been like 2, so this was a while back, 2 or 3. A guy had a 55 Plymouth 4-door listed for trade for a pickup truck. So I offered my Power Wagon, and he said, can I fit a sheet of plywood in the bed? Absolutely. Okay, cool. So I swapped it for that 55, which he regretted. He ended up putting full exhaust on it, which was good. The hacked up exhaust was falling off, but he ended up selling that truck after he was done with it for like $900. And I was like, dude, I would have given you the $1,500 you were asking. Like, I paid $1,300 for it, all screwed up. And then I bomb canned it, fixed vacuum leaks, got it running amazing and going down the road. It was a great truck, and he sold it for $900. Yeah. Anyway, neat truck. I love the Power Wagons. I have my 48 here right now. I still have a 74 Club Cab. I did sell that back to my friend Dave. We're going to do a video swapping that to a big block, 4-speed. at some point. And I've got my 64 Power Wagon. That's a Poly 318 4-speed. And that will be in a future video as soon as I get pistons back in it and find head gaskets and get that all pieced back together. So yeah, really excited about that truck. I wish it had gotten running quickly, but it didn't. It is what it is. Flaco the Skinny Kid also says, please remember we call it sippin' cider. Yes, indeed. I am just sipping. Excellent. But if I, by the time I've sipped all of that at 15%, I will be near dead. It's the hardest working liver in the galaxy. Now there's a hole in it. Donnie says, I need to get up with Tom about one of them mid-60s Barracudas. I already have names and ideas. The sauerkraut Cuda. Well, there's a good one at his place right now. Shipping costs some money, but yeah, it does have a little rust, but I still think it's probably good by Florida standards. So I recommend it. And Amy Harville says, don't tempt me. I'll gladly return to a state with actual seasons. I really like it here. I really do. People talk crap about this place. It makes the list for the worst cities in America. That's all BS. I like it, It's big enough that there are restaurants and things to eat and there are things to do sometimes, but small enough that you can drive across it. And there are seasons, although the predominant season is gray and wet. Either way, I like it. I can still afford to live here, unlike some places, and I can do, well, you saw what my place looks like. I can do whatever I want and no one cares. So it's pretty cool. Stan Nelson wants to know, with a gasser, does the wife know her role helping you stage? The knee-high boots are key. We haven't talked about that yet. Gray and wet, just like Donnie's soul. Donnie says that Amy just wants to move up here for the hot dogs. Hot dogs! They're pretty good. They must be damn good hot dogs. Honestly, they're fine. I don't think the ones here are amazing or anything. I mean, support your local hot dog stand for sure. I do need to give them money more often, but it's a hot dog. They were very excited about the hot dogs. I don't think my wife has any interest in being Jungle Pam. She does want to go to drag races. She's really cool, but I don't know if she wants to be a backup girl. I don't know if that's in her rock and roll fantasy. Javi Macias is back here with us and says, within 10 minutes of street use, rear brakes lock up on my 73 Duster. Unscrew line coming out of master cylinder and build-up pressure is released. Distribution block or wheel cylinders, master is new. Not a wheel cylinder problem. The wheel cylinder just, pressure just kicks it out. And when you loosen the line, the pressure is coming out of the wheel cylinder and it releases. So your wheel cylinder is working just fine. Does this thing have power brakes? If it does, there's an adjustment on the push rod coming out of the brake booster into the back of your master. And between different masters, that needs to be adjusted. It could be holding your master on slightly. If it's manual brakes, but your brake light switch is adjusted too far this way, that can also hold the push rod in the master cylinder and it won't release fully. So that's option one. Option two is bad rubber brake hose. If you haven't done your brake hoses, you probably should. Sometimes what will happen is the pressure will get out, but it won't be able to come back in. That will happen. I don't know that it's ever happened to me, but I've heard of it happening a good few times. So, excuse me, not unheard of at all. Oh, sorry. Forget brake line because you say unscrew line coming out of master cylinder and build up pressure is released. Okay, well, it can't possibly be the distribution block because the distribution block is also downstream from the master. So you are likely dealing with a push rod problem. Your master is not being released fully. Yeah, I just said flexible line. Peckerwood Customs chimed in with that. Yes, obviously you just heard me say that. But again, if you're releasing the line at the master and the pressure is coming all the way back, then no, it's not a flexible line problem. So yeah, either your master is really, really screwed up or you have a push rod problem and it is not being fully released. It's just holding enough pressure to drag. Did I ever tell you about the time I ordered soup at Denny's? Well, the waiter came by and anyway. Moparts52 says, liking your videos. If you ever want a reason for a road trip, you're more than welcome to come here to Great Falls, Montana. You can play and drive some of my Mopar toys. Awesome. Well, I'll try to keep that in mind. We've talked about this before. I need like a map with pins where everybody's at. So when I am crossing the country, which I promise is going to happen more in the coming year and years, I have several different things in mind. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, very cool. I'd love to. Yeah, and Rooster said that. I don't know what the RPM capability of the low-rise dual quad is. I'm fixing to find out. But I'm sure the tunnel ram will help. Ross says, one of the Smokey Unix stories is how he won a bet on getting a ridiculous horsepower number out of a small block. RPM was the key. Yes, exactly. RPM is the key. You spin them. That's where you find the horsepower in those engines. So, yeah, torque times RPM. Get the RPM, get the high RPM stability and power potential. So, good port, good flow, aggressive cam, lightweight components, low friction. Turn that RPM number and make the power. I am fully expecting this 273 to make no power under like $3,000, maybe even higher than that, you know, with the gear and the transmission setup I have in mind. We're probably launching at 5,000 and hanging out 5,000 to 7,500. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. We're going 8th mile racing. I don't even know if I'll need all 4 gears, but we'll see. And this is a stick, by the way. I know I said that, but I don't really have a whole lot of interest in drag racing with an automatic. It just seems too easy. You know, I want to do it the old school way. And those Sega guys, the Southeastern Gasser Association, they're all running sticks. So that's what I want to do. Good evening, Guts and Glory One. How you doing? What is up? Putz the Mouse is here and says hello from Northern California. Hello. Is it cold where you're at? Probably not. Well, maybe. I guess it depends on where in Northern California you are. Mike Brunello is here and says, I just got a 72 Duster Slant 6 automatic for a daily driver. Nice. Wish it was a 3 on the tree, but oh well. Yeah, the 3 on the tree is really fun. I had a 74 Dart sedan, 318 3 on the tree for a while. And that was a great driver. Just it was very fun. And that 55 Plymouth I mentioned a minute ago that I traded that pickup for was also 3 on the tree. It was a flathead 3 on the tree. And that was a super fun driver. Non-synchronized first gear. That thing was so cool. So you couldn't downshift to first. You just used second. And man, you could roll a stop sign. You could almost stop in second gear, come to the stop, just barely rolling. And then it would take off in second. It was great. I really liked that thing for a daily driver. And what blew me away was just how similar the experience in that compared to your average modern daily driver was. You know, it didn't handle bad at all for a 50s coil spring car. I mean, it really didn't. It was a great driver. My friend Byron bought that like, oh God, well, we were still in the Sherwood house 4 years ago last month. Functional histories. I haven't gotten to your comment yet. That's where we're at. I'm almost to your comment. No, I didn't skip it. I did just randomly. I was at the bottom and I saw a couple other comments chime in, and I did read those ones. But I'm literally just getting to your comment. Anyway, 72 Duster, awesome. Slant 6, slow but fun. 3 on the tree would be great, yes, but you know it is what it is. Hello, Functional Histories. I apologize for not having what I received in the mail yesterday from Functional Histories here in the studio with me. If you guys haven't seen it, Functional Histories built a tiny version of my 68 Charger, and it's awesome. I just got it in the mail. There's a video on it. Allegedly, yours truly did the voiceover for that. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. See if I can type. Can I type? I don't know. I've been drinking a lot of sipping cider. Functional histories. Yeah. Oh God, don't play that. He's doing videos all the time. He says he's got like 500 cars on the docket, which is just crazy. So yeah, he's got several. Oh, the Barracuda from Scott's Speed Shop 5 days ago. Haven't seen that one yet. I'm gonna have to check it out. 2 weeks ago, he did one on Donnie's car. And yeah, almost 2 weeks ago now, he did one on my Corn Dog 1968 Charger. So if you guys haven't checked out Functional Histories, you should do that. Rusty Shackelford says, is there a short list to swap a 4.7 to a 5.9 in a 2000 Dakota? Yes, it's a very short list. Buy one that already has a 5.2 or 5.9. Done. Literally everything is different. The control system is different. The entire harness is different. The mount system, I think the frame is the same, but I don't actually know that. The 545 RFE is behind the 4.7, not behind the 5.9. That doesn't work. Can't use it. Don't use the transmission module. Don't use the transmission. I think the driveline is different. The transmission mount is different. The shifter setup on the 545, I believe, is different. Don't quote me on that. I'm not totally sure there, but I know the other one, the 4.4 and 4.6 RE, they're the same as your old Torque Flight. You can swap between them, whatever. You can put them in old cars, trucks. It works great. The 545 RFE is a totally different animal. All of the 4.7 truck stuff is 4.7 specific. So the problem is to swap to the 5.2, 5.9 that sucks way less, you change everything. The radiator is different. Everything. It's just stupid. It's just so much stuff. Like, buy another truck. It's just not worth it. You know, if it was the same family as the 5.2, 5.9 and it was easy, great, you know, but it's not. It is not an easy swap. Yes, it could be done, but you need an entire other truck to do it. So, man, just buy the other truck. Unless this is a really, really nice truck. My brother had an 03 Dakota 2-wheel drive, and it with a 4.7, and it was a great little hot rod. I kind of talked about that a week or two ago in the live. I really did like that truck. It made a surprising amount of power, but the 4.7 blew up. Of course, it blew up because he ran out of oil, but that's a different story. Jesus. I haven't had that much. But yeah, it's a lot, Rusty. You don't want to do that. You change the entire harness, control system, everything. And that computer is not going to talk to the other computer. Well, sorry, you're 2000, so the computers might jive with each other still. In the 03, you had communication errors with everything because of the VIN mismatch, and it's a big problem. In your 2000, it could be done. I'm just telling you, you don't want to do it. It's too much work. Rooster says, I will send you what you need to set up the rear end in the CUDA. It'll be stiff and launch hard with some 9.5 by 28 slicks. Yeah, and I think that'll fit. It's a 28-inch tire on it now. I'm really hoping the back spacing magically works out with the centerline back tires when I go to the 8 3/4 small bolt axle, centerline back wheels, excuse me. We'll see. I'm not banking on it, but I hope it just magically works. Rocket Tom dropped in at 6:36, which was a half hour ago. Quick check-in tonight, carving pumpkins. Nice. Ava got a pumpkin last night. We did not buy a bunch of pumpkins this year because last year we didn't even carve them. I think we can carve one, but we'll see how that goes. What You're Fixing is back with us and says, hey, Jamie, what is your opinion on brake and fuel lines? Copper nickel or stick with the steel? I really like the copper nickel. It is so easy to work with. I haven't used it for fuel. I actually do have some 3/8 stuff for fuel. Might use it at some point, but I haven't yet. I've used it for a good few brake lines. I really, really do like it. It's so nice to work with. It won't rust. Yeah, it's good stuff. So I would do the copper nickel. I wouldn't do stainless steel. No matter what you do, don't get stainless. It's not worth it. It is impossible to work with. The flares never see. It's just bad. You don't want stainless. I use standard steel all the time, but the copper nickel is really nice. So dealer's choice. Whatever you want to use. Alex Grazioso is here with us again and says, howdy from North Carolina. Glad to see everyone as well. Yes, we're well. Although I can almost see my breath in here. I'm getting quite cold. My sister says, yes, in Seattle, it's a Capitol Hill dog. That's what I thought. Outside the city, it's usually called a Seattle dog. A little ketchup is also customary with the cream cheese and grilled onions. And I've done that too. Nice. Glenn Uromi says, I'll take a nice driver any day over a car that's over restored and too nice to drive and have fun with. Glenn, I think from watching on the channel, I 100% agree with you. I am right there. I've done videos about the subject, all of my stuff. I mean, yeah, I actually do own a couple nice-ish cars now, but even those aren't that nice. My Charger has a crappy repaint over rust bubbles. My Demon is original paint. It's got dings. It's got scrapes. It's not perfect. I don't want perfect. I do like presentable. I'm into that at this point in life. I like ratty cars, but I like some paint. That's cool. I would prefer a decent presentable car, an aged restoration, an older restoration. That's cool with me. It's great. But I do not want anything that's too nice to drive, too nice to enjoy. I just don't. I don't want that in my life. So yeah, that there again, the paint job on the Cuda is not perfect, but the car's not perfect. It never will be. I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, it's going to look really nice on camera. And that's all that really matters here. Brett Hollingsworth says, I used to live up in Northwest Bellingham. I was over there in spring 2023 on Lummi Island. Nice. Very cool. Beautiful area up there. About 4 hours from me. A kid drove from Bellingham today to buy a 5-speed transmission from me. He couldn't find one anywhere else. Tim said, oh yeah, I answered that. Yes. 650 CFM is plenty for a mild 3D3. It's plenty. You're not going to overtax that. It will work great on the street. I have always run 650s on 3D3s, and I've always been happy. It's not an ABS2. That's if I ever have problems with my old school Edelbrock on the Charger, I will move to an ABS2. But dude, that car will spin the 295s an entire city block. 323 sure grip gears with a 650 Edelbrock. It will spin the tires as long as I want it to. Like, what more could you want? Yeah. The ABS2 650 is plenty. And functional histories, the comments I skipped. Listening while I rebuild some cars that someone else made sure weren't going to go to the person that paid for them. Yes, I heard about that. That's not ideal. And Ross says, Dead Dodge Garage window sticker. Yes, I actually do have stickers, and I will be doing that. My sister wants a shirt of that, but I don't know what. Tell me what you want a shirt of so I can put it on the list. Yeah. Go to bed, Donnie. Lovejoy says, in other news, I got a car trailer. Nice. But I'm also going to be offloading a lot of the projects that I'm realistically never going to get to, including the van, maybe my Mercury, and the pooper duty. Good, man. You got to do it. I massively overcollect projects. I'm at a point now where I don't really have any that I don't want to work on. I've got the Cuda to build. I've got my 64 Power Wagon I mentioned a bit ago. I really want to build a ramp truck, car hauler. Old school race team car hauler. That is in my plan. But yeah, I've got a Volare that I don't want. I've got a Dart that I was this close to listing to sell, but then we started talking about building a Lemons car, so now I might have to hang on to that. I don't have a whole lot of extras anymore, but if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. And if you're not going to touch it for like 6-8 months, get rid of it. It is what it is. My poor Power Wagon, I drive it to town now whenever I can when the weather's nice. So it's actually kind of getting used, and I feel good about that. But I was ready to sell it. The stuff can't just sit around, you know. It just can't sit here. I need to change the scenery occasionally. If you're not doing something with it, let it go to the next guy. Robert Hill says, I'm in Florida and my limousine needs a free paint job. Well, I don't know how many more free paint jobs Donnie is signing up for. But yeah. A man can dream. Oh, Lovejoy says, we got our first snow this weekend too, just in time for me to be trying to put up Halloween decorations. Nice. No Beret says, it's cold there because you are Canada adjacent. No one has called me West Coast Canadian in quite a while, but that has happened multiple times. Rooster says, ooh, I have some old school slots for the CUDA. The backs have negative offset, so rubber towards the springs. Nice. It's a set of factory rally wheels on it now, and it's perfect. They're actually rubbing. You can hear it in the video when we're moving it around. They're rubbing on the front clamp. So I'm going to have to relocate that clamp, but that setup would work perfectly. When I change to the 8 3/4, I'm going to small bolt pattern. It's 5-on-4. I am keeping the 5-on-4 pattern. I have gone to great lengths to find 5-on-4 wheels for it. In fact, I have a set of custom built 15x7 small bolt steelies that I got from my coworker, Evan. I found some skinny front runners that match. I found some skinny front runner steel slot wheels that are pretty cool. And the center lines. And there's also a set of slots, but yeah, it's 5-on-4. 5-on-4. But yeah, very cool. Yep, rubber towards the springs. So whatever I have in there now for offset is perfect. Just perfect. Robert says, free but some Thai food and cheeseburgers. Oh, yeah. Actually, man, I bought him a cheeseburger once. He wouldn't let me pay for anything. It's absolutely ridiculous. I did buy body filler. I bought some other things. Yeah. Super cool. Donnie did a good job and it paid for his vacation. And he was, he was happy to do that. But I'm like, dude, come on. Anyway, yes. I did show him where all the cool spots are at. It's 78 in Florida. Thanks, Robert. Yep, we talked about that. Please go ahead and high five the like button, friends, if you would do that. We've got 101 of you out there. Thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening. This fine, slightly cold Sunday, unless you're in Florida. Yeah, hit the like button. Do the thing. And if you've got comments on our recent videos or questions, drop them now, and I will get to them in a bit. Rooster says he was the first like. Nicely done. He was definitely here before I was ever actually live. Robert Hill says, there's still a 64 Valiant wagon waiting for you in Florida. Excuse me. It looked tempting, but also like something I probably couldn't just drive away. Yeah. But my friend Donnie is in. Hold on. I know this. Something in the center. Hold on. Why am I forgetting where Donnie's at? Yeah, screw it. He messaged me, but he didn't say where he's at. I don't remember. Anyway, he's in Florida, Lakeland. Thank you. And he really likes Valiant wagons and would love to do something like that. So, Donnie, I got contact information for him, so I can put you in touch if you want to go check him out. It didn't look like something that I was going to be able to just pick up and drive home. And also, there's something else lined up in Florida currently. So I don't know. We'll see. But I will have my people call your people. Donnie sent me a bunch of Z's, so he's sleeping, even though I saw in a comment down here he said he's definitely going to sleep. He's not. He never does. Anyway, Donnie would love to have a 64 Valiant wagon. I can always buy it from him later. Bell James is here and says, hi, y'all. Better late than ever tonight. How's it going, man? What is up? Lovejoy says, I can send you my coordinates, but I doubt you'll have any reason to come through Nebraska unless you happen to find yourself on I-80. I have found myself on I-80 before, but not that part. Oh, Donnie heard cool shit and his name, and it sparked his interest. He just sat straight up in bed because he is down for a wagon. Yeah, if I ever end up in Nebraska, Lovejoy, I'll give you a holler. Joshua Schaller is here and says, I can't see the little thing, the emoji, but I'm sure you guys can in the YouTube app. And he says, hello, everyone. How's it going, Joshua? I agree. I'd love to stop by. If I get to, I will. Muslim Mopar says, you are too far from Georgia, and I'd be happy to hand letter your car. It's becoming a lost art. I know. I'm hoping I can find an old schooler that wants to do it. I don't know one. I need one because I want to have my eventual car hauler lettered as well. I love the style, and it is absolutely a dying art. So, yeah, Georgia's a long way. But if you are in roughly the Pacific Northwest and you letter cars, have your people call my people. My email is jamienoise@gmail.com. Jimmy Bapp says, love the old Power Wagons. Yeah, me too. I love them. Oh, cool. Been working on resurrecting a 76 W200 Power Wagon Snow Fighter myself recently. Nice. If you don't know the Snow Fighter, that is a factory Chrysler model set up to plow snow. Very cool. I love Power Wagons. I try to have at least 3 at all times. I have every generation of Power Wagon other than a new one and a 50s Power Giant style Power Wagon. Don't have one of those, but yeah. Rooster says low res intake is for torque at low RPM. Max out at 5,000 RPM. Total RAM at 8,000. To be clear, it's a small block. You need RPM to make torque because you don't have displacement. Yep, of course. We were talking about that. All the RPM. That's what we need. 5,000 RPM. I feel like it'll go a little higher than that, but yeah. I don't know. I wonder if I can actually find numbers on that. It's an Edelbrock intake. It is not the super tiny. It's not Wyand, is it? Whatever the dual quad that's always on the 273 is. I feel like it'll go higher than 5,000, but yeah, I don't think it's going to 8. HDF2 is here and says, what up, DDG? Cool vid on the CUDA. Thank you. You polished a turd and made it shine. A rare accomplishment. Yes, it is definitely a polished turd now. It's not an amazing paint job, but it sure looks better. I am happy. I am motivated to work on it. I am excited every time I walk in the shop and I see it there on the lift. It's great. So I can't wait to do more with that car. It is coming. Robert Hill says, my 72 Valiant 225 904 automatic limousine is awesome. Nice. Cool. I used to have one exactly like that. It was a 72 225. Didn't have it for long, but that was my first Mopar. I paid $140 for it. Mopar. Yeah, I'm a fan. Do you like it or do you just love it? Ooh, Rooster says, I just moved you to the big screen, getting corn dogs and popcorn. Sounds great. Yeah, that 4.7 is pure anus. Shouldn't have the pleasure to be called a Magnum. I am not in support of that. I refer to Magnum engines all the time, but I am talking about the 5259. I am never talking about the 4.7. That's not, it doesn't count. In my eyes, it does not count. Malls is here. It says, when is the Bank Bus DDG crossover going to happen? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. Donnie says on a sidebar, I am seriously going to bed. I'll have it on in the background for listening. So he can jerk awake whenever I say his name, like I just did. Still very fatigued. Yeah, I bet. Oh my God. You were on screwed up jet lag time and barely slept for 4 or 5 days. So yeah, looked at the live stream from last week and I was looking like ass. My bad. Yeah, you guys could probably tell Donnie was ready to be dead when he was on last week. I gave him an out. I said he didn't have to come on, but he was like, I'm here. Buy the ticket, take the ride. I was really glad to have him, but yeah, he was dead by then. And he had to wake up at like 2 a.m. and drive to the airport, which is 2 hours away. So, oh my God. Surprised he's still tired. It's crazy. Can't believe it. And he's back. He forgot his pillow. Yeah, he's in Lakeland. Helen Day said, I agree about the 3 on the tree. I had a 64 Rambler American years ago and loved it. Nice. Very cool. Hello, Twisted Mopar Garage. What's going on? What did I say? Yes, it's the things we do for subs. What did I say? I'll just drink. Screw it. I don't know what I said, but it's the things we do for subs. I'm thinking that needs to be lettered on the trunk or the tail panel. Chamuco 7876 says, hey, what do you think about the 69 Super B? Good car? Oh, God, yeah. Great car. I don't know if you were here for it. I gave my thoughts on the 68. The 69 is almost exactly the same. That's super cool. I really like them. I am a Charger guy. I can't help it. I just love the Charger, but Super Bs are great too. Bit of ice. Rooster says, question, whatever happened to the 267 Coronet cars you had around? Well, there were more than 2. There's the parts car at Tom's. It's still there. The convertible was finished and returned to the customer. It will be coming back. I never did a wrap-up video on that project, which I'd like to do. It currently has a weird ignition problem. I think I'm dealing with that this week. But that one went back to the customer. We need to fix some other things too. It's just, cruising car show season was coming to an end and he really wanted the car. So he got to enjoy it for a while. And now we're going to do the next round of getting it done. So that's cool. The 67 two-door hardtop, that belongs to Jaybird. I was talking about that a bit ago. We are getting back to that car as well. And then the white 67 that was here, I wanted to buy it. That hinged on selling the 48 Power Wagon. That's why I listed the 48 Power Wagon. I never got any good offers. I said, to hell with it. I want to keep my Power Wagon. I love that thing. It just didn't happen. I can't afford it. I can't, I don't have another really nice, fresh painted B body money. I don't. And funny enough, Donnie actually took a picture of that car. So yeah, so what I was just going to say is, so I tapped out on that car. I said, I can't do it. They took it to the local classic car dealership, and there it is on the lot. That's Hot Rod Alley in Hoquiam, Washington. I believe it's listed for around $18,000. They started higher than that, and they're down to 18. So it's a good car. It's got a sweet 318 in it. It needs a couple little things. It comes with new carpet, new back bumper. Like it's a really solid car. It was not rusty when they painted it, but yeah, it's just not in my budget, and now I have a white car. In fact, I have 2. So yeah, I didn't need it. So I let it go, but I did get to drive it around a little bit this summer and enjoyed it very much. Brett Hollingsworth says, oh, I sent you an email question on my 400 with 2-barrel. Do I want a 4-barrel? Well, maybe. The 4-barrel is great. Grab yourself an aluminum manifold. If it fits a 383, it fits a 400. So that's easy enough. There are plenty of them out there. In fact, there's one in my garage right now. Might need that someday. Got that from Stacy. No idea what I'm going to do with it. Anyway. My friend who's here and sent me the cider actually emailed me back. I'm going to go ahead and read his email. It says, I should probably let you know, I am a previous owner of a 68 Dodge Super B, 383 4-speed, 390 track pack. Oh, that's awesome. I recently found out where it is, and I'm after it. I sold it in 95 with 48,000 miles, and I kind of regret that. I understand. I would too. It is yellow with black interior with buckets. When I sold it, the gauges, including the TikTok tack, all worked. I'm waiting to see pictures of its current condition, but I was told it still runs and drives. Wish me luck. Good luck, man. That sounds awesome. I hope you can pull it off. That's a good car. Very cool. And to buy your old car back like that, that's just fantastic. Anyway, Brett, the 2-barrel can work just fine. I think a small, like 650 AVS Edelbrock type carburetor, especially the AVS 2. We love the AVS 2. It's great. Would be a great choice for that 400. It's going to work just fine. The 2-barrel is okay. I don't mind a 2-barrel, but the 4-barrel is really good. Why are you wearing shorts? I'm freezing and I'm wearing pants and long johns. You got little goosebumps. Did you have fun this weekend? Went trick-or-treating yesterday. Pretty much just been hanging out with your best friend in the whole wide world, like all weekend.
Got allergic reaction.
Oh, yeah. You were rolling in the hay and the mud and you had little allergic bumps and stuff. I guess I can show this on the live. Tom just sent me a picture. I mentioned a roofless big block original paint revival project coming up this week. I don't know that you'll see it this week, but it's coming up. I'll just go ahead and tease you with this. Yep. That's cool. It's happening. Yeah, Brett, your call. If the 2-barrel works well, leave it alone. But a small 4-barrel can work really well in a stock 400 like that. That's what I would do, I think. Robert Hill says, my friend had a 65 Barracuda that got cut off. Maybe that's this car. Yeah. 67 to 72, 8 3/4 with big bolt axles, 15x7 factory wheels. Just barely took 265 60/15s. Yeah, space is tight. It's very tight in that early quarter panel. There's no question of that. The tire I have in it now is bigger than that, and somehow it fits. I don't know how, but it does. It fits really well. If it were to move 6 inches up into the body, it's going to rub inside the tub, but it does fit. It's a very tall tire. Yeah, the spacing on the rally wheel, big bolt rally wheel. It's still got an 8 1/4 axle from a later Dart. So it's a big bolt pattern, 15-inch rally wheel, and yeah, it fits just. Brett, I'm not sure I saw your email. I didn't see it just now. If I already responded to you, cool. Maybe my email is just screwed up. I don't know. But I don't see it in there now. So, anywho, very cool. Old Iron is back after a 4-month hibernation. Well, welcome back, my friend. How you doing? What is up? Oh, that wagon was at Sun and Fun, Donnie says. Trade you my Mercury for that green Duster if you still have it. No, I sold that to a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Enthusiastic young gentleman from Seattle. He came down and looked at it. He loved it. He said, yep, I'll take it. Didn't negotiate, nothing. Came back the next day with a dolly and a small pickup. Dollied it back to Seattle. He was in the Plymouth Duster group. He already fixed the rust in the window like a week after I sold it. He patched the floors, painted all the floors, rust treated them, fixing the steering box. Like, he just went after that car. So I haven't seen any updates on it lately, but yeah, I sold that. Evening, Scandinavian in America. How you doing? What is up? Yeah, Robert Hill, that axle setup was in a 65 Barracuda. Yeah, they are not spacious back there. It's tough, really tough. It was a 235 that was on it before, street tire, and that barely fit. But back spacing. If it had had more back spacing, it would have fit with room to spare. Crashes Roadrunner Garage says, I have a friend who always seems to have a set of small bolt wheels and tires ready to go. Well, that's good to know. I'm sure he's nowhere near to me. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, I am still looking for a small bolt set of Krager SS wheels. I'd really like to have a set exactly like what is on my Demon. I love that look. I think that would be great. I like the center lines on it too. I think the center lines are good, but the Krager, it kind of matches the vibe of the car a little bit better. And the center lines are light, so that's nice. But yeah, I'd like some more small bolt Kragers. So if anyone in the Northwest has some that they want to sell me for a reasonable price, let me know. I've missed out on like 3 sets already, which is really disappointing. Bob Me dropped in late, but better than never. Agreed. How's it going, Bob? What is new in your world? No Beret says you can learn how to hand letter on YouTube. And I'm sure you're right, but I'd rather bring someone else in to do it, if that makes sense. It's just same with the paint. Like, Guy, I probably could put a paint gun in my hand and put paint on a car good enough. I probably could. But I just don't want to. I don't want to. I'd rather stay in my lane. You know what I mean? Mechanicals, putting the stuff together, wiring. I love wiring. I love building small blocks. It's like my favorite thing to do. Yeah, I'm sure I could learn. I'm sure there are videos out there. I've seen it done. I love it. Again, it's like a dying art. It's not my kind of art. I want another artist who does it to come in and do my car. That's what I want. So I hope I can find that person in the Pacific Northwest. I'm willing to travel a bit. I don't want to ship the car to Georgia. I guess I could, but I'd rather not. Yeah. Robert Hill says that's a road trip. Start by flying to Tampa, build wagon gasser, Georgia for letting racing. Uncle Tony in Tennessee for, well, he's on the way. Yeah, I hope to visit him there one of these years. Todd Jenkins is here and says hello from Missouri. How's it going? Yes, Old Iron also in Missouri, I believe. Chamuco says need to keep one, sell the other. 69 Super B or 67 Dart. God, that's tough because I love those darts, and I love my Demon. Don't ask me which one. Like, don't tell me I have to pick one between the Demon and my Charger. I don't want to do that. I want to keep both. I'd have to say keep the Super B, I think. I love a Dart, but the B-Body's just a better car. It rides better. It drives nicer. Big blocks fit. But there's a lot to be said for the A-Body too, so it's a tough call. Oh, good. Are your legs warmer now?
I'm wearing tights.
Nice. Yeah, tights and different shorts. That's interesting.
They aren't different.
Oh, you were wearing those already?
Yeah.
I thought they were white. Well, I don't know. I wasn't paying that much attention. They're under your sweater. Nice. I think I'm going to have to say sell the Dart, keep the Super B, but yeah. I think you will find popular opinion is going to be behind the Super B. But that is a tough call. Oh, Lakeland is less than an hour from Robert and even closer to those cars. Nice. Well, Donnie, I know he's still listening in. Sounds like you could own a wagon. We're just going to get all the Mopars to Donnie's place. That is not the only one we've got on the program. Putz the Mouse says, I had a 68 Fury wagon, 3 on the tree, 318, dealer installed AC. I love that car. Donnie said, well, fiddlesticks. Donnie is not a just Mopar guy, but he's about to be. Man, that's cool. 68 Fury, so a C-body wagon, 3 on the tree, 318. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys here did see the wagon that I had on the channel on Friday. 70 Dodge Monaco with that 440 I rebuilt. Very, very stock 440. Not a muscle car or anything. Just a nice survivor car. Stock rebuilt 440. Sorry, I read the next comment, and obviously he didn't get all the way through the video or he didn't catch it. But yeah. Peckerwood Custom says, you could make a song. We did. Working in the rain and the snow and the... Mine was, there's 5 panels to go because we were block sanding. And you feel like a part of you is dying. That was in the video. And that's like, it was just something Donnie said. We were cracking things like that back and forth. And it was a fun time. And so it's a reference to what we do here on YouTube in general, but to our time spent together and to, him painting the car. So yeah, it was something he said, the things we do for subs. And that was in the Barracuda video, if you didn't see that. Kelly Smith, also better late than never. How's it going, Kelly? Welcome. You made it. Old Iron wants to know what happened to the M37. I know I think we've talked about it in a live or something, but whatever. Yeah, it was never really explicitly in a video. So I traded. Okay, stupidest thing in the world. My Power Wagon, my 48. A friend of mine found that he bought a property, and in the shop on the property were my Power Wagon and the M37. He sent me pictures, said, what do you know about these? I said, they're awesome, and I want the civilian truck. We worked out a deal. There was also a camper van there, so he bought all 3 as a package. I fixed the M37, got it running and sellable for him, and I fixed the camper, got it running and usable for him, and then he ended up selling it as well. He was hoping to make more money on those to pay for all of it and then some. And it didn't end up working out that way. But so I got the Power Wagon to fix all these other things, and he kind of decided, I think you still owe me because I know what these are worth now. And so it was really goofy. So that my ownership of that truck was hanging in the balance for like 6 or 8 months, which is why I didn't touch it. And it was just sitting in my yard because it's like, I'm not restoring a truck for someone else. Like, I'm just, okay, fine. Let's just sell it then and get it over with, He needed a Cummins truck to put a camper in. Ironically, the bed camper that I have now. And he decided, hey, you've got a Cummins truck. I'll take that one. So I traded him my short bed Cummins truck, the red one, and a bunch of work for the Power Wagon and the M37. There was an offer for the M37. I was helping to sell it, and no takers. No takers. We thought it would be worth like 14, 15 grand running and driving. No, they're worth like 7 or 8. They're friggin' worthless compared to the civilian trucks. And even those, I thought it would be an easier sell, and it wasn't. Obviously, it's still here. Anyway, we got a trade offer of a black Magnum swapped step side Dodge half ton, 84 step side truck, which is really cool. So I handed Tony the Cummins, although I still had to fix the transmission in it. He handed me the title for the M37, and I literally turned around and handed it to that guy. We traded the M37 for the step side truck, and then I worked on the step side truck a little bit and traded it to my friend Dustin, who still has it. So there's a video on that step side truck on the channel. That's where it came from. We traded the M37 for it. And that guy I later saw in the Power Wagon group. He is like putting tires on that truck and driving it, which is amazing. So it went to, I think it's still in Washington State or maybe in Northern Oregon. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, that's what happened to that. Would have loved to have kept it, but man, I just don't need both. And it was sitting inside, taking up valuable inside storage space. Like, I was ready to let him trade it for anything, So yeah, I seriously, I had the paperwork in my hand for about 20 seconds, and I just handed it to the other guy. So good times. Good times. Robert Hill loves those 67 and 8 Furies. I've had 6 of them. Nice. I still think I'm going to do a 68 Fury fast top at some point. We're now, my mom says my dad's car was actually a 4-door. And I don't know if I want that. Also, apparently a 67. I like the 68 fast top. I think I'll probably do one eventually. But I also really like the 70 Sport Fury GT. Tough. David James wants to know 650 or 800 ABS Edelbrock for 440 hot rod. I'd be inclined to go 800. I mean, the 440 can use that. At high RPMs can take advantage of it. You're going to get better torque throttle response from the 650, but it will run out of poop eventually. I think it would probably still do fine on a 440 in most cases. If you're really curious, there are carburetor CFM calculators you can go find on the internet. And you're going to be surprised by what they tell you because they're always going to tell you a smaller number than you think. But yeah. I'd say 800 if you're going to turn some RPM. If this thing's got a cam, good head on it, headers, and you're gonna be up there in the range, go for the 800. We put a 650 ABS2 on that wagon. It's fine, works great. All the torques and the fuel mileages and the street driving, 650 will do. But yeah, if you're making power, go bigger. You'll be happy. Kelly Smith says, loved that big station wagon. Well-equipped cruiser, great for driving movies, whatever those were. Man, I really want to do a cruise. I want to organize a classic car cruise one of these days to go up to our local drive-in theater that's still open. It's about 45 minutes away, I think. And obviously, it's only open seasonally. But yeah, I'd like to do that. We really need to get more cruises happening up here. Robert Hill says, wow, it's almost 11. Good night, people. See you, Robert. Thanks for being here. Of course, that was 14 minutes ago, but that's fine. Bob Me says, I own a 69 Charger RT SE in factory X9 black. Unrestored or rebuilt, still in minty shape. Dude. Oh, that's awesome. Struggling with doing the numbers engine all stock or crating it and playing a bit on another 440. Dude, if you have an unrestored original black RTSE, oh, I think it would be tough to recommend that you hot rod that. And a factory, like my 383 and my Charger is great, and it is stock. A stock HP 440, man, that's a great engine. It's a great engine. I don't know. It's your call. I mean, if you want to put a ridiculous gear and go drag race this thing or something, yeah, crate the 440 and do something else. But man, if it were me, I'd be putting it back to stock. But again, I love a 383 in a Charger. It's great. You know, it's been perfectly satisfactory or better for me. So that's my opinion, but I get going the other way too. I mean, I put my 340 on a stand in my unrestored factory paint Demon and put an engine in that I can beat on. But also, that's a drag car. You know, it's been used as a drag car. I mean, the damage has already been done there. It's not an original black RTSE Charger. Yeah, your call, Bob, but I think I'd put it back to stock. You're still going to have plenty of fun. Glenn Uromi says, thanks for doing this every week, Jamie. It's nice to have something to look forward to. That's how I see it. So thank you very much for joining me here. I really appreciate it. Functional History says, hey, Jamie, have that youngin' retrieve your Charger. Oh, dang it. I should have, but she ran away. It's just right in the kitchen, too. But, man, I'll bring it in next week. I'm going to keep it here at my desk anyway, I think. Kelly Smith says, Silent Lucidity for outro. I don't play that one. I know the song, kind of, but I've never played it. I don't know the words, except for the words Silent Lucidity. No Beret says, sorry, got to crash. Night, y'all. Night, No Beret. Thanks again for being here. Really appreciate it. Appreciate having you in the comments and such. No Beret, I believe, is also on my Instagram. If you guys aren't on my Instagram, you should check me out there. It's growing. I'm almost to 500 followers there. I usually post daily, although I haven't much this last week. Just again, everything's all crazy. There you go. Brett Hollingsworth says, oh, cute kiddo. Yes, she's adorable. My daughter's 18, might be going to Evergreen and Olympia. Very cool. Yep. Very cool. I've had lots of friends go to Evergreen. Flaco, the skinny kid, says, don't take my advice probably ever, but if you're chilly, the more cider you drink, the warmer you get. I repeat, don't take my advice. Well, the only problem is it's on the rocks due to your recommendation, so it's at least cold going down. Kelly Smith, got to get me a t-shirt from Uncle Tony's favorite YouTuber. I should put that on a shirt. Uncle Tony's favorite YouTuber, but I have to put an asterisk. DeadDodgeGarage.com. Click the button that says merch. I've got shirts. I've got hats. You'll notice I'm currently not wearing my Dead Dodge Garage hat. I'm wearing my Snap-on hat. This used to be red. I retired this one in favor of the Dead Dodge Garage hat. But during the jam to paint the CUDA, the hat got disgustingly dusty. So I either need to wash it or just set it on fire and buy a new one. But I am wearing a Dead Dodge Garage shirt. I have to tell you, this thing's been washed many times. It's holding up very well. These are really comfy shirts. I'm not just saying that because I make money if you buy them. Honestly, I don't even make all that much money. But it gives me the warm and fuzzies to have them out there. So, yeah. Buy a shirt. Go right ahead and do that. DeadDodgeGarage.com. Hey, B, can you grab my little tiny charger that's right there on the corner of the counter in the little case? Can you grab that for me? Do you still have the Big Red Tech shirt? Yes, Donnie. Yes, I do. It is. I think it's still in the charger. All right, here we go. There it is. The one and only tiny corn dog charger with bespoke 3D printed big ridiculous wheels, as I love to call them. That is a custom made vinyl top. Don't mind the fact that the hood is off. I happen to know that USPS loves to dunk these things, packages at the mail center. So I've got to open it up and fix that. He had to remove the hood and customize things, and it didn't quite go back on right. So it was taped in place, but the tape came loose. Again, I'm sure it got yeeted somewhere. But yeah, this thing is awesome. Look at the detail. There is hand-painted chrome trim there. And again, the custom big ridiculous wheels. The interior is white. That is a decal. The roof was made with a decal. It's just so cool. That is my Charger, but tiny. It's fantastic. So yeah, if you haven't seen Functional Histories, you should check him out. That is the Functional Histories crew. They do cool stuff. There's all kinds of Mopars over there too. But yeah, they're doing projects for all kinds of YouTube channels. Really, really neat. And funny enough, I think Vic left right before I showed it. Good times. 96 of you still out there. I'll probably hang out, kick it as it were, for another 15 minutes or so. We'll have to fit in a song, I suppose. My daughter stole my phone. So I no longer have that technology. But anyway, if you got any more questions, let me know. God, I just love the white interior. It's so cool. I do have to say, they're high back buckets, but that's fine. It would have been way too much work to change them. The engine's painted too. It's just, yeah, it's really nifty. Lovejoy says, come on, I'm trying to give you a reason to come down here. Well, like I say, if I'm in the neighborhood, I will stop by. I have every plan to be down in the other American states I haven't reached. I'm trying to knock them all off the list. I have every intention of doing that eventually. I got like 5 more on the Chicago trip, so that was really cool. But yeah, someday I'll come visit. All Classics Restoration is here with us again. It says, good evening, Jamie and DDG gang. Great video on the Garbage Can CUDA. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. It was insane. It was very fun. Yeah, man, I can't say I want to paint another car in 4 days ever, and definitely not again anytime soon. Crashes Roadrunner Garage says, you or Tom can probably pick him up at the Mopars in the Park show. Man, remind me when we get closer to the next one, and I will make him do that. Actually, I hope to go to the next one too. It's hard for me to promise to things like that, but I would very much like to. I am, again, as I just mentioned, planning to get to more things. So I have more things across the country on the docket already. I'm sure we'll get there eventually. But yeah, Tom goes every year, I believe. I'm sure he can pick them up for me. That would be great. Oh, yeah. Forgot about the step side. Yes, the black step side. He actually is trying to buy a house, and he offered to sell it back to me, but it ain't in the budget. Let's just say that. Lovejoy says, you want my Mercury, you just don't know it yet. I'll keep that in mind. Functional Histories. Yeah, so right a few minutes before I show the tiny corn dog, of course. It'll be here next week. So we'll do that again. Said 10:40 p.m. here. Got to bail, brother. Be safe. My eyes hurt. Well, take it easy. And have a good one. Oops. Canadian 4-wheel drive says, late again. Barracuda looks great. Well, it looks good on camera, and that is truly all that matters. I'm actually getting to the end of the comments, folks. 95 of you out there. I'm sure you have some comments on our recent videos, questions of the technical or personal nature. If you've got a couple, throw them out. We've got about 10 minutes left. Tim70 Roadrunner is headed out and says, have a great week, guys. Good night, y'all. Good night, Tim. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. Or good night, Tim's Roadrunner, I guess I should say. Canadian 4-wheel drive is late again. Barracuda looks great. Kinda. It looks good enough. That's what it is. I should probably put it's not just good, it's good enough somewhere on the car, too. Yeah. Kelly Smith says, I always regretted big engine mods after doing them, especially on the Mopars. They're great from the factory, especially headers. I have the stock manifolds for my Demon, but the headers are one thing I probably wouldn't take out. They're really nice coated TTIs. They're already in there. The system is built for them. I'd have a hard time removing those, but yeah, I totally get it. I like the 4-barrel on the 2-barrel car. I think that's a good upgrade. I think there are little bolt-ons you can do that are fine. Upgrading HP manifolds, that's another good one. I might like to do that to my Charger someday just to say I did. But yeah, man, a car that was already an HP, that I'd have a hard time messing with it. But Bob does say the 440 is great, even by today's standards. Surprisingly quick, lays rubber right into second and drive auto all by itself. My lead foot is the problem. I'm scared of hurting the numbers matching engine eventually. Well, yeah, I mean, it could happen. If you send a rod through the side, that will be a problem. Save the little pieces of JFK's brain. It can be welded back together. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You got a special car there, man. Maybe don't drive it that way. I drive mine like I stole it, so I'm not one to talk. But yeah. Oh, cool. And that Old Iron asked, I'll put that up, but it's a V1X black vinyl top, V88 stripe delete, which means it has the quarter panel RT emblems, which is really cool. I like those. I love the stripe, but the stripe delete with the RT emblem is good too. Rooster says, I have a bunch of 68 Charger models unbuilt. I should build you a 124 scale of your Charger. You should. I'm going to do one myself. It is, you can't quite see it. It's right there by my below my Silvertone, over there by Ava's drums. I actually sent Donnie a picture. So you guys know the 68 Charger was my dream car. I always wanted one. I always wanted it to be dark red with a black top, black interior, and I thought a 383 would be perfect, best of both worlds. I ended up with red, not, the red color that they put on them. It's supposed to be a darker red than it is, but that's fine. So I painted a little model, crappy, with model paint. It's terrible. Why didn't I spray paint it? I don't know. Dark red with a black top years ago, and I never finished it. I did the paint job, man. This was back in my Jefferson house, like maybe 10 years ago. I don't even know. Long before I ever had one. That's exactly what I wanted. It's been my dream forever and ever and ever. But yeah, so I actually sent Donnie a picture of it. It's not a good paint job at all, but it's cool. I should probably just finish it how it is because it's been that way so long. So yeah, it's not quite exactly my Charger. It has the black top that I wanted, but it's really close. I would now like to get another one to do up like my car. But if you do it, I don't have to. So I'm good with that. Old Iron says, kind of a vague question, but my 79 W200 has a strange wire with a connector to nowhere that comes out of the headlight horn wiring harness near the battery tray. What might it be for? I don't know. I'd have to look at it and I could probably tell you, but you're going to see connectors like that. There are connectors for options or emissions equipment your truck didn't have. I mean, you always see that. I mean, not so much on these muscle cars, but some of them, yeah. The more they got into the emissions era, the more it was. You'll just see connectors that aren't used. It's stuff that wasn't used on this truck, wasn't used on this car, whatever. Option connectors, equipment connectors. No idea. I'd have to look at it. I don't know right off the top of my head. But it's for something you don't have. It's probably fine. Good night, Kelly. Have a good one. Take it easy. And if it's that easy, take it twice. Lovejoy also hitting the pillar. I'm still not used to day shift at the new job. I'm so tired all the time, but I love the place. Such a better place to work than my old shop. Awesome. Well, at least there's that. There's nothing like enjoying going to work, and that's where I'm at in life. I wish that for everyone. It's not universal by any means, but if you enjoy your job, awesome. If you love where you work, man, there's just nothing better. All Classic says the camera does make stuff look better. Oh, it's still 70 degrees here at 10:52 p.m. Don't mean to rub it in. Yeah, fine. Be that way. Try to sit beside her at room temp. That'll warm you up. Yep, just like Fireball. Old Iron also says it's not my car, but leave that baby stock in my opinion. That that's where I'm at, but that's a special charger. But yeah. Bell James says that wire might be for windshield washer, but it would be on the. I think the washer tank goes on the other side. I don't remember. Not sure. Nothing lasts forever. Drive the hell out of them. Oh God, yes. Enjoy it. Enjoy your car. I do. And I wish that for everyone else. But again, I'm just saying that's a special car. It's the right engine. Me, I'd leave it alone, but it's yours. And again, I did the exact same thing in one of mine, so I get it. Old Iron says, yeah, washer tank's on the passenger side. Yep, that's what I thought. Dwayne Medlin, say hey, from Louisiana. It's starting to get cold. Where's the boat on the lake with the sunshine in the background? I'm still waiting. Funny story. If I can, I'm hoping to put the boat in the water tomorrow for the last nice day of the year. But I'm not going to go to the lake. I'm going to put it in the river. There might be too much fishing stuff happening. I'm not sure. Rooster says the models I have are Dick Landy Chargers. That's exactly what mine is. You can build it as a street car or as a drag car, either way you want. But I was never going to do a race car. Chargers, they aren't race cars to me. That's not what they are. They're Grand Tours. They're enjoyable cars. Even the RTs, I mean, I just don't see it as a race car. I see it as something to enjoy. So I think the A body or the cheaper, lighter B bodies are perfect race cars, but I don't think the Charger is it. So yeah, I would never do it that way. Rooster says, we'll talk about all that and CUDA stuff tomorrow. I need to hit the hay, need lots of beauty sleep so I can wake up and look 35 again. Well, good luck, my friend. It is just about that time. I am freezing. My office is not insulated, not heated unless I turn on the little floor heater. I'm ready to get out of here. I don't even know if I'll be able to play anything, but I probably should try. Helen Day is packing it in. Have a salacious night. I will. Thank you very much. Much. And have a good one. Good night, John. Take it easy. Gbot Baluba installed a new gas tank in my 64 440, and it sucked laying in the cold, wet ground. Yeah, sounds like hell. I'm really happy that I have a lift to do projects like that on now. Sometimes I feel bad about it because I'm lucky, and not everyone is. But, oh, God, it's so much nicer. Oh, David Dodson says, come on down to Lapine. There's a 70 Dodge Power Wagon just dying to meet you. I actually get down there with fair frequency. If I need to own it and drive it home, let me know. My email address is jamienoise@gmail.com. Good night, Bell James, David Dodson, and Glenn Yoromi. It is about that time. In fact, it's exactly that time. I'm going to try and think of something to play to leave you, and then we'll all go home. Oh, man, my fingers are cold. And we'll all be back for Spaceballs 2, the search for more money. Good night, all classics. Rich Jordan says, don't feel guilty about your lift. You paid for it. I sure did with my back. Night, old iron. Might be a spoonful of diamonds, might be a spoonful of gold, might be a spoon of your precious love, satisfy my soul. Men lying about it, been crying about it, dying about it. Everything's fine about the spoonful, that spoonful, little old spoonful. Did I mention my fingers are cold? All right, well, it's been a time and a half. Night, everybody. ZZ Top. I don't really play any ZZ Top. There was an arrow down in Lapine. There might still be. Night, Dan. Take it easy. Thanks, Cave Dave. We'll see you later. You as well, Jimmy Baps. Everybody, go ahead and have a salacious evening. Good stuff. All right, folks, I'm out of here. I'm going to go make a grilled cheese or something like that. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate that. I will see you next Sunday and in the comment section. Take it easy. And if it's that easy, take it twice. Lovely evening as always. All right, I'm out. Bye now.